Okay, we're going to look at the R081 pre-production skills paper. Now, this is January 2019 because at the time of making this video, the mark scheme for the June 2019 isn't actually out yet, so it's best just to look at this one here. So this is the exam that you'll get when you take it. This is your 25% final exam that you do. Now, to obviously put your full name, surname there, and then centre number and candidate number. You'll get both of those in the exam. So a few points just to go through on the front cover there. So black ink and HB pencil may be used for graphs and diagrams. Right, definitely use the HB pencil for graphs and diagrams. I'll come to that later, but definitely use that. Read each question carefully and make sure you know what to do before you start writing. So rather than just going and panic, start writing, read each question carefully. You've got an hour and 15 minutes for this exam. That is plenty of time. You do not need to rush. Most people finish early. You do not need to rush this, so take your time to read the question properly. And then let's look at this bit here. The marks that you're given is in the bracket, so you can add them up as you go through, and then you've got the total number of marks. The paper is out of 60 marks. So if I turn the page to the first question, section A, here is your scenario that you'll get. So you'll get a scenario there that you'll need to look at. You need to read that very, very carefully, understand what that is and what that's about, because in there you've got your audience and purpose, very important. So the scenario for this one is Progress Walk is developing a smartphone health app to encourage adults to exercise more by walking around local towns instead of driving. What you're going to be making for this is the design of an app that allows players to collect points as they walk around using GPS coordinates, and then use these points to get rewards in the form of healthy food and drink in local shops. So question 1, you've been asked to create a physical mood board for the new smartphone health app to take to the first development meeting. Identify 3 items that could be included in the physical mood board. This is an easy question. It's what's called a low demand question, so you should be able to do this quite easily. And this is 3 marks, so that there are 3 marks. So what I'm looking for is title, a title on it, colours, pictures. I'm going to keep writing there. Could have fonts. So I've got my 3 marks already, but I'm writing some more. Images I kind of got, but I'll just write that anyway. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so if we stick with these things for the mood board: title, colours, pictures, fonts, also materials that you might use as well there as well. Question 2. Progress Walk would like to see some designs for the smartphone health app home screen at the development meeting. Identify the most suitable pre-production documents for this purpose. There's only one answer to that, and that is visualization diagram. So the answer to that, for 1 mark, excuse the handwriting, is a visualization diagram. Right, explain why this is the most suitable document to take to the meeting. Because, quite simply, because it is a rough sketch, 1 mark. I'm just writing 1 mark there because that is where I've got 1 mark. Obviously in your answer you won't do that. Of layout and content. It's a rough sketch, and that's the other mark there, and I've got there 6 marks. Okay, so 10% of my final on the first page there, 10%. Right, question 3. In the smartphone health app Points will be awarded that can be exchanged for healthy food and drink in shops. Progress Walk needs to find out which shops it should link the app to for these discounts. Nothing wrong with a bit of common sense here. What you do need to do is know what primary research is. So that means they've got to find that out themselves. It's not a third party. It's not someone they're paying to do that. It's them. And you must look at context. Must look at context. And it's the healthy living app. So what I'd write there: a member of staff could walk around to local shops in the area to ask if they would sign up for the app. And that is 3 marks there. Member of staff, 1 mark. Could walk around to local shops in local area, 2 marks. And then simply ask them if they would sign up for the app. There's other possible answers you could have in there as well, but there's more a bit of common sense. If it's a new app and it's local based, then there'd be nothing wrong with a member of staff walking around to actual shops in the area and asking if they would sign up for the app. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and that would gain you 3 marks there. Right. Progress Walk provided you with data about potential users and shops they use. Data was gathered by another company, presented in a report to Progress Walk. That is secondary. Secondary research. See, I've just written one word there, 1 mark, secondary. I haven't written anything else. I haven't written it is secondary research. Just write secondary, I've got the mark there, okay? If the examiner can see you've written the correct word there, that is secondary research, that is enough. I don't know to write anything more than that. And one of the sources of information that can be used to find out shopping habits. Primary method of that is store cards like club cards or nectar cards, things like that. Possibly shop receipts as well. But the primary method for that is store cards. Right, let's turn the page to question 4. Create a visualization diagram for the reward screen of the smartphone health app. Marks will be awarded for content, layout, fitness for purpose, annotations to justify design decisions. Right, this is where you need to get out your pencil and ruler for this. Do not draw in pen. You can draw in pen, but I don't think it looks good. It doesn't send the right message. You need to be using a pencil and ruler for this, and black pen for the writing. So start with a title. For rewards app. Everything in the previous question you said needs to be in a visualization diagram, you need to do now. So I'm going to start with the title. I'm going to get my pencil and ruler and start to draw a screen. So I'm going to leave myself some space on the sides to be able to do some writing and to label this, which is really, really important. Don't worry about getting the exact size, because all smartphones are different anyway, and tablets are different as well. So I would like to start with, if I think about apps, up in the corner there's usually a button that looks like this. It's got these lines on there, and what normally happens is